10 people with unusual and rare eyes. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. Well, these next unique eyes are so fascinating, it's hard not to get lost in them. From unusual colors and birth defects to tattoos and modifications. Let's take a look at 10 people with some of the rarest eyes in the world. Before we dive into today's list, don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment natural disaster to be entered into this month's $500 Amazon gift card giveaway. Good luck! Now, let's get started. Number 10. Elizabeth Taylor, Violet Eyes. Let's start the list with a true Hollywood legend. You have heard of the iconic movie star Elizabeth Taylor, right? Well, apart from her cinematic achievements and expensive jewelry, Elizabeth was known for something even more extraordinary. People have said that the 1950s actress had violet and purple eyes. Widely known as one of the most striking eyes in Hollywood history, Taylor was one of the rare people who was born with naturally purple irises. And before you say she was fooling the world with colored contacts, remember that colored contacts were invented in the late 1980s, making Elizabeth's purple eyes completely real. But how can someone have purple eyes? The answer is simple. It all depends on the pigment melatonin and the amount of it in the irises. So next time you see an Elizabeth Taylor movie, try to focus on her eyes and see if you can spot the specks of purple and violet in them. Number 9. Bara, albinism. While Elizabeth Taylor might have had too much melatonin, this next condition is characterized by very few amounts of the pigment. Chances are you have heard of the congenital pigmentation disorder called albinism. From extremely fair skin to almost white-colored hair, people with albinism lack pigment almost everywhere, and their eyes are no exception. As melatonin is the primary source of pigmentation in the eyes, it's no surprise to see some truly unique eye colors in people with albinism. The eyes often appear to be red, as the retinal blood vessels and red blood cells can be seen through the iris. One man that made headlines all over the world is the Georgian rapper Bara. His albinism and unique looks make the rapper a recognizable face across the globe. Along with his brothers and siblings, Bara is an example of how fascinating and beautiful albinism can be. Number 8. Mila Kunis, heterochromia. Speaking of unusual eye colors, we must mention a very rare and extraordinary condition called heterochromia. This harmless yet incredibly interesting condition is when a person's irises are completely different colors, ranging from complete heterochromia, when irises are two contrasting colors, to central, when only the inner ring of the iris is a different shade. Heterochromia is a condition of many kinds. You might have caught a glimpse of a few recognizable faces with this extraordinary mutation. Actresses Mila Kunis and Kate Bosworth are the primary examples of how truly gorgeous this condition can be. The English actor Henry Cavill is also known for the little part of his right eye that shows off his heterochromia. And while some people assume heterochromia causes some sight difficulty, scientists and doctors have confirmed that it's only the melatonin levels that are different in affected individuals. Number 7. Amber Luke, tattooed eyes. Tattoos and body modifications have become increasingly common and popular over the last few years. To huge statement ink pieces, to subdermal implants, the world has seen it all. Well, get ready to see something truly shocking and extreme. Tattooing eyeballs and the whites of the eyes have become a fairly recent trend and obsession. People all across the globe risk their eyesight to achieve this extraordinary look. And this exact horror story happened to 24-year-old Amber Luke. The Australian body modifier and model, who has spent around $26,000 on her extreme tattoos, went to the parlor hoping she would achieve her dream of having the whites of her eyes inked blue. During the session, the tattoo artist went too deep into the sclera and ended up blinding Amber for 3 weeks. Thankfully, Amber's sight returned, but the trauma of going blind will haunt her forever. Maybe next time don't stick needles in your eyes, I don't know. Number 6. Khalil Underwood, iris implants. While some people are naturally blessed with bright and gray eyes, others will go through extreme lengths in order to achieve the dream. Meet Khalil Underwood, an American actor and R&B artist who decided to have an extremely dangerous surgery done to his beautiful brown eyes. The artist teamed up with the Bright Ocular and had a permanent artificial iris implant surgery in 2015. After hours of gruesome work and a successful operation, Khalil woke up with bright blue-gray eyes. The actor was more than ecstatic to see such a dramatic change in his appearance. Khalil even admitted to changing his looks to gain more recognition and attraction, and this dangerous iris implant was his successful attempt. Number 5. Jo, Columboma. But the iris implants don't stop there. 21-year-old Jo is an ordinary English girl who was born with an unusual condition. Often known as the cat eye syndrome, coloboma is a congenital eye condition that causes a huge gap between the iris, pupil, and the whites of the eye, making them appear cat-like. Scientists have confirmed that these gaps appear when the eye doesn't fully develop or form as a whole during the embryonic stage. The 21-year-old student was eager to seek medical help, as the columboma interfered with her everyday lifestyle. She turned to Bright Ocular in order to get an artificial implant on top of her columboma. After a painful recovery that lasted 6 months, Joe's finally ready to go out in the world with her new and ungapped eyes. Number 4. Maria Oz, Big Eyes. If you've never seen big and beautiful blue eyes, get ready to meet the Ukrainian model Maria Oz. The Instagram influencer and model took over social media with her gorgeous blue eyes. The young model is considered to have one of the biggest eyes in the world, and it's all thanks to her father. While some people assume Maria's photos are fake and overdone with photo-enhancing apps, the model confirms these blue eyes are in fact hers. The Ukrainian model looks like a cartoon character come to life, and she couldn't be happier to have such a supportive and loving fanbase who adore her big, beautiful eyes. Number 3. Samantha, exophthalmos. They say big eyes are a sign of beauty and innocence. Well, this next eye condition may disagree. Known as the bulging eyes, exophthalmos is a sign of a condition that makes the eyes appear to be jumping out of its sockets. Graves' disease is an autoimmune thyroid disorder where the body mistakenly attacks itself. In the case of the eyes, the immune system attacks the body's muscles and fat tissue behind the eye, which makes them look swollen as if they were bulging out. Samantha is an artist and a mother of 2 kids who's been struggling with exophthalmos the last few years. The patient went on to appear on the doctor's television program, explaining her condition and how she was seeking medical help and treatment. The artist eventually had an elective surgery done, after which her eyes returned to its original position. Number 2. Afghan girl, green eyes. In 1985, the world was taken over by the girl who graced the cover of National Geographic. During a national war, 17-year-old Sharbat Bibi was captured on camera for the first time. The teenage girl who wore a red scarf had one of the most piercing eyes the world had ever seen. With the mixture of anger, fright, and pure beauty, this Afghan girl captured the hearts of millions across the world. The National Geographic cover is now compared to Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa painting and remains a symbol of the war and fear. The iconic photo was taken by Steve McCurry, a well-known photographer who had traveled across the globe in hopes of capturing mesmerizing moments. Almost 25 years after the photo was taken, Steve went back to Afghan in hopes of finding Sharbat. After weeks of hopeless search, he was finally reunited with the Afghan girl, and the world got to see Sharbat's iconic look once again. Number 1. David Bowie, an eye Sequoia. And last but not least, let's talk about the eyes that are famous in the music world. If you're a fan of modern and classic rock, then you most definitely know who David Bowie was. The English singer and performer was not only known for his genius lyrics and unforgettable melodies, but for his extraordinary eyes too. An eye Sequoia is an eye condition when the pupils of the eyes are fixed at different sizes. Sometimes the size change is so dramatic, it looks like the two are completely different colors. While an eye Sequoia can result from a variety of things, the most common cause is trauma to the eye, and that's exactly what happened to the music legend Bowie. In 1962, he got into a physical fight with a friend that ended up with David going home with a permanently dilated pupil. Little did the aspiring musician know that in a few years, his An eye Sequoia would become his signature look, recognized worldwide. And with that, we end today's video. Which strange and unique eye shocked you the most? Let us know down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and give us a like. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from Star 5. Until next time.